this committee really does try to help connect our members with valuable resources in the robotics community. So we mostly work with graduate students and early career robotics engineers. And this networking event is one of our traditional events. It is normally held in person at some of our flagship conferences, including ICRA or IROS. And the goal of this is really to kind of give that first handshake. So kind of a casual event where young professionals can go and interact with a lot of representatives from our technical committees. Now in RAS, we have 44 technical committees. So for all of you working in this area, you've probably specialized. We probably have a committee that is also specialized to your interest. I encourage you to check out the technical committees site. But today we are very fortunate to be joined first by the Vice President of Technical Committees. He will give an overview of what these committees do. And then we will hear specifically from 4 technical committees who are kind enough to join us. And our goal is to make this a regular event. We're hoping for quarterly so that we can have time to understand and interact with the members they've met. But then this way we can highlight each of our great committees. So I encourage you to stay tuned for our next event, which is planned for September. But in the meantime, I would also encourage you to provide any other activity suggestions you might have. I personally am a relatively new co-chair to this committee, and there's a couple of other new co-chairs likely coming on. So really trying to find events, activities, resources that will help you. So if you have ideas, please do not hesitate to email. So with that, I would now hand over the presentation to Dr. Tony Maciejewski, and he will help give an overview of what the technical committees do within RAS. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Megan. I just want to also welcome all of you. Thank you to other participants for coming, all the young professionals. I also want to thank Megan for setting up this event and our support staff at with the Robotics Automation Society, Kathy and Alexis, for doing this, and of course all of our the chairs of our TCs that are going to be presenting. As Megan said, I'm the Vice President for Technical Activities for the Robotics and Automation Society. I believe all of you are members of the Robotics and Automation Society, and I think you know that the society is made up of about 15,000 people from all over the world that come together because of our interest in robotics and automation. Right, that's what brings us together, is that technical area, and sort of that's our purpose. And also, I believe you would know that within the society, there are things like a conference board that support dozens of conferences in the fields of robotics and automation, like the ICRA, that has just occurred, as well as a publications activities board that takes care of our publications. But the society also has a technical activities board, right? Because technical activities really is what brings all of us together. And we decided that we would like to bring together people that are interested in various sub-disciplines within the scope of robotics and automation. And so that's really what the technical committees are, right? The people that are really tied together by their interest in a particular technical discipline. And within that, and that's independent of the conferences and the publications board. Now, the technical committees do work with those two bodies. So, for example, within the publications, the technical committees may be sponsoring a special issue, on the transactions of robotics or some of the other publications. They also work with the conferences, for example, like with ICRA. And they sponsor workshops or tutorials at those conferences or special sessions. So some of those are some of the things that you'll hear about, and maybe you've already seen. Something that you may not know of is that within our charter is to also look at production of educational materials, right? And so we do evaluate projects that create educational materials. We do also work with the Membership Activities Board to create technical education programs like summer schools, and there's, this event. Many of the technical committees provide content for distribution through electronic media. So there's a range of things that the technical activities are involved in. And so I would again echo what Megan said. Take a look at our webpage, right? It's tied off of the main Robotics and Automation Society webpage, where there's a link to technical committees, or just Google Robotics and Automation Technical Committees, and it'll take you there. And you'll see the list of 44 technical activities. Each of them will give you some idea of what the scope is of their subdiscipline, and you'll see their activities, whether they do have webinars coming up. Many of them will have an overview of what are the open problems within that area. Right? So it's a very useful resource. So with that, I'll stop and I'll let the technical committees talk to you and show you all the different things that these specific technical committees are involved in. So thanks again for coming.
Okay, who's first? Who's going first, Megan? There we go.
Yeah, I was gonna say what. Yeah.
Okay, can I go? Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so good morning, everyone. My name is Giuseppe Loiano. I'm assistant professor at New York University, and I'm the co-chair with Annibal Oliero from the University of Seville and Kimon Balavanis from the University of Denver of the IEEE Aerial Robotics and Unmanned Aerial System Technical Committee. So what do we do? How the committee is structured? Basically, we have one of the largest numbers, probably the largest technical committee in the Robotics Automation Society. In 2015, we're counting over 1,000 of members, and now basically, since we have some kind of online form that has been provided by IEEE, where we are basically recounting all of them. So if you want to subscribe, you see the link basically below. And we also have like a dedicated website with the activities. Generally, what we focus on are a couple of areas. As you can imagine, basically aerial robotics and unmanned aerial systems covers a wide range of research topics. So we have established in 2018 during IROS in Madrid 3 basically interest groups in this technical committee. We have the unmanned aerial system, which emphasize basically on large platform, the aerial robotic system, physically interactive with the environment. So it's mostly focusing on aerial manipulation, transportation, and interaction of this platform with the environment to perform a specific task. And then we have the interest group number 3, which is the perception-based aerial robotics. So this is basically on aerial robotics with onboard intelligence. So we focus on pushing the agility, localization, and mapping capabilities of this platform in unstructured environment. We have a wide range of activities where we try to involve both students and other faculty colleagues. So we are responsible for the IQS conference, which has grown during the last couple of years, and this year is going to be in Athens due to the COVID-19 in September from 1 to 4. We have also supported every 2-year workshop on research and education. Last one was in 2019 in Cranfield, and we have also established a new international symposium on aerial robotics that started in Philadelphia and then went to Toronto in 2019. It was supposed to be in New York this year, but of course with this pandemic, we had to postpone to 2021. We have a wide range of success also in organizing workshops. So every year we generally have a workshop at ICRA and a workshop at IROS. IROS workshop focus mostly on perception and control, while the workshop at ICRA focus more on platform and interaction with the environment. We have sponsored a wide range of events also from the European Robotics Forum and events related to the Robotics and Automation Society. We had also a couple of tutorials during the last years at ICRA and IQS. Publication for promoting our activity and the field are quite regular. If you see the production of publication in terms of aerial robotics and unmanned aerial system is one of the largest number within the conference and within the IEEE. And we are pretty active technical committee. In 2016, we received the award for the most active technical committee. And we are also involved not only in education, but in the ability to support government agencies regarding procedure, regulation, and ethical aspects. So you know that using this platform recently is creating a lot of concerns from FAA in the US, but in general from government authorities all around the world. So we have been involved in a wide range of committees to basically try to support the creation of some common rules in the use of this platform in outdoor and urban environment. Again, my focus is mostly on the technical committee interest group number 3. Annibal Olero focused on the interest group number 2, and Kimon Valavanis focused on the interest group number 1. I think that's all from my side. If you have any questions, you can email me. And on the IEEE RAS website, you have all the information to join the mailing list that Alex Simoes is nicely putting together. And we also do look at our dedicated website where we have lots of news regarding activities and meetings. Thank you.
Thank you, Pepe. I hope those of you that have more questions will also join him in the breakout room after the introductions from the other technical committees today. So with that, let's now hear from the Technical Committee on Algorithms for Planning and of Robot Motion.
Sure. May I share the screen?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Not this one. Hello everyone. This is Chichu Ao from the Ulsan Institute of Science and Technology in South Korea. Today I'm going to give you a brief introduction to the Technical Committee for Algorithm for Planning and Control of Robot Motion. So the objective of our Technical Committee is to promote research in both basic and application-driven in the area of robot control algorithms and motion planning, and to nurture the growth of these technical areas. So basically, our Technical Committee is very interested in motion planning. But of course, we are taking that in a very general sense. Anything related to motion planning, robot control, we are interested in that, okay? Currently, our Technical Committee have around 100 members, and they have been quite active in organizing different kinds of activities, including workshops, etc. So what do we do? Yeah, we do organize and attend social events like this one, of course. We do maintain our website. So our website for our Technical Committee is www.robotmotion.org. On the website, we help advertising our different conference and workshop related to the motion planning and robot control. We do also maintain a mailing list. This is from MIT. And this is a really good resources for people to share information related to different conference and workshop. Our website also have some web page telling people some of the success story about the robot planning and motion control algorithm research results. And there's some educational resources. So I really encourage people to visit our website to learn more about our technical committee. And our technical committee member have been co-chair, have been helping organizing workshop in ICRA and ICRA, IROD, etc. One of the workshops that our co-chair Sandra have been we currently organizing is the ICRA workshop on machine learning for motion planning and control for robot motion. And we do also try to do a lot of other things as well, like holding the helping to establish the distinguished lecture program, writing survey paper, and doing workshop proposal. So how can you involve in our technical committee? So I have to say that our technical committee is a growing community, and we do hope that most of you can, if you're interested in research in motion planning, please join us. Okay. Just send us an email, and there's a form on the website that you can sign up, and then I will add your name to the member directory, etc. And of course, if you are organizing workshop and conference, let us know. I will help you to advertise. And there's other things as well. And if you have some successful story or some research that want to showcase to other people, just let us know as well. Okay, these are our co-chair. We have just started. I'm new, actually, I would say. Sandra is from Google Brain. Marco is from the Institute of Technology and Automation in Mexico. Vadim is from Institute of Technology, and I'm from Ulsan National Institute of Science and Technology. So I look forward to meet some of you in the Hangout meeting later. See you around. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Shishu. Again, I hope those of you that have questions will take some time after the meet in the breakout room. But for now, let's move on to the Technical Committee on Automation Logistics.
Hello. I am Maria Piazza. I am the chair with Walter Rukovic of this technical committee. That the goal is developing adequate algorithm foundation for planning management of complex systems, and in order to overcoming the gap between the available ICT tools and their application in different contexts of logistics, such as supply chain, distribution centers, manufacturing systems, transportation systems. The topics of this technical committee is different topics that come from optimization and scheduling, resource allocation problem, discrete and hybrid approaches, modeling and simulation, decision support systems. The application field can be different, manufacturing, production systems, supply chain, whereas intelligent transportation system, mobility, smart cities, smart grid, and so on. In general, are complex systems where logistics can be applied, successfully applied. The activities of this technical committee during the year was special issues, a conference and workshops, and special session in particular in case conferences, but also SMC conference and other conferences that are suitable for this technical committee. And also some keynotes are performed during this year in order to disseminate the new achievement of this technical committee. And also some particular participation in European project is important in order to disseminate this technical committee and the ICT implementations in logistic context, in particular at the European level. So we can send me your questions or interest to this email or the email of Professor Walter-Rukovic in order to answer to your question and suggestion. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Maria. So again, please take a few moments following these presentations to join Maria and Walter in the breakout room and ask them some questions. But for now, let's hear from our last technical committee today, which has the award for longest title, but Fabio will explain that. So let's hear from the Performance Evaluation and Benchmarking of Robotic and Automation Systems.
So I will do a short teaser presentation about this TC Committee on Performance Evaluation and Benchmarking on Robotics and Automation System, which is a kind of horizontal technical committee, because actually our focus is on an open issue which is actually affecting the whole robotics research, which is the possibility to reproduce results, which is considered a basic characteristic of any scientific activity, and the possibility to have objective evaluation of results. Under both of these standpoints, we think we are really at the beginning. And I would say that the main result that we obtained so far is, apart from the fact that there are more and more workshops related to benchmarking in various areas of research, but also the reproducible article process into the Robotics and Automation magazine, which to our knowledge is the only example of top-tier publication in robotics where you can publish results that other researchers can verify by reproducing them. We have a number of co-chairs. One is myself. The other is Signe Redfield from the US Naval Research Laboratory. We have Angel Del Pobir, who was one of the founders of a committee from University Jaume I in Spain. Tomoyuki Yamamoto, which is from NEDA, which is an industrial research entity in Japan, as you probably know, and Angela Faragasso from the University of Tokyo. So what I just want to, you can find us by the RAS website, is where you have all the emails, and you are more than welcome to join us in this activity. I just want to tease a bit now. So we all have seen the DAP challenge, which was very successful and in many respects, but also has highlighted a number of issues. To be honest, the thing that most impressed me was what is written in red below. So actually, you get a robot being able to open a door about 10% of the time, and you achieve this by having about 10 people teleoperating it. So this means that, if you wish, the good news is that there is a lot of work for us in research in the coming decades. And another consideration that we can do is this. This is one of the many forecasts on the growth of the robotics market. Okay, actually the real number will probably be 80 billion, not 67 in 2025, so it was better. But if you compare to the gross world product, this is still, which is 80 trillion. This is still 1,000. So our idea is that, so I could entertain you for a lot of time, but the idea is that if you look carefully into most of published results, you really have this approach. I show you that I did something strange, weird and interesting, but I don't tell you how many times my approach works. And this prevents you from building on the work of others. So then there are a number of comments by Rodney Brooks or Mark Rybert, say also, and not talking about YouTube videos, right, which typically are successful. So as told, we did a lot of work over about 10 years, and what can be considered our best results so far is this RR reproducible article on RAS. We also had planned a summer school in September this year, but we had to move it to next year for the COVID pandemics. We will probably try to organize a lightweight seminar, like very much like this one. Of course, since we have give a lot of importance to having robots really performing, a summer school on reproducible research and benchmarking has to have some physical implementation. So that's why we moved it to 2021. But we want to organize kind of seminar. I don't want to stress this so much, but the point is that it's really a new field, because it can seem boring stuff. But one thing is to test the pendulum law. Another thing is to say if a humanoid robot will be able to open a given set of doors most of the time. This is really an open area of investigation that we believe is going to really touch what we mean as robotics, because many times we don't really understand how to go beyond having a robot doing something weird to have a robot that can be used in everyday task. So I finish on this statistic issue, which is one of the, if you talk about benchmarking, is one of the interesting topics. We rarely use, sometimes in HRI research, the p-value, which is a very criticized in more mature communities like medicine or psychological research. If you look on the other side of the slides, you see how many complicated kind of statistical trials we can invent. And this is a completely open area. So if you are interested we are not alone, ACM is doing similar thing. If you are interested in these things, of course, join me in the breakout session and join us in this activity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Fabio. So those are our for today. Like I said, we wanted to start small, so these are representatives from 4 of our technical committees. I want to thank each of them for joining us today, as well as our IEEE members. Alexis and Kathy are on this call, but also others that when you break out into the separate rooms, you'll also have IEEE staff there, so thank you for your support, everyone. For all of the attendees, again, please take some time, chat with these great panelists, look at the technical committee website. There are a lot of great interest groups And if you have any ideas or suggestions, either for young professionals or for any of this, please reach out. Like, this is really an engaging community. We love new ideas, so we appreciate your attendance. I believe you should all have instructions on how to proceed to the breakout room. Again, this is our first trial, so please be patient. The panelists, if you want to sit up in their breakout room, but then you'll have some face-to-face time with them, actually. So again, thank you all for joining, and I hope to see many of your faces again in person someday. So thank you, everybody. Have a good day.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
So this is Kathy. So just in case you don't or can't find the link to the breakout session rooms, there's an article posted on the RAS website under latest news. The links are there. The links are also posted in the Slack channel of ICRA. So there are several ways of finding them, and we look forward to our conversation very soon. See you there.